afternoon and welcome to today's show of Anchoring Your Health. In today's show, we are focusing on pediatric occupational therapy and how it can be used as a valuable tool for your child. Our guest today is a pediatric occupational therapist, so without further ado, please help me welcome Jessica Perkins. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me, what exactly is occupational therapy?
OT is assisting people in their everyday lives and occupations in a meaningful and productive manner. Me being an pediatric occupational therapist, this would include eating, sleeping, playing, and social interaction with the child.
What kind of education do you need as an OT and an OTA?
An occupational therapist needs to have a master's and be licensed. An OTA needs an associate's, and both need certification and registration through the National Board for Certification of Occupational Therapy.
What kind of settings do you work in?
Pediatric OTs can work in a variety of settings, including hospitals, outpatient centers, home health agencies, Head Start, daycare, or preschool programs.
Now, I know many people still don't understand what occupational therapy is. Could you explain to the families what occupational therapy could do to help them and what children need OT?
A child could benefit from OT if they're over or undersensitive to sight, sound, smell, touch, or movement. They may have delays in motor skills or language and speech, be easily distracted, or have the inability to calm themselves. We assess their needs through a screening and evaluation session.
What will happen during the screening and evaluation session?
Typically, there's an interview with the parents, some standardized tests, and clinical evaluation.
If it is found that a child needs occupational therapy, how long will treatment last?
There's no way to really answer this question because all treatment is based on the evaluation results and the goals of the family and the therapist.
I understand you brought a clip. Can you explain it for us?
This is an example of reinforcing fine motor skills at home. A child hangs the index cards on a clothespin in the correct numerical order, and he then presses the pins to drop the cards. I also brought another clip with me about sensory processing, which is one type of intervention we focus on at my practice. Sensory processing is the relationship between how a child perceives and responds to different stimuli through not only their 5 basic senses, but also through their proprioceptive and vestibular sense, which is being aware of their body and movement in space. A child with sensory processing disorder may be excessively fussy as an infant or not like being held or touched. They might cry with every loud sound, only eat certain foods, or wear certain clothes, won't touch anything messy, they're fearful of climbing or falling, they don't enjoy the swings or the playground. All these are examples of some hypersensitivities. Contrary to these are hyposensitivities, where the child constantly touches people or textures, has no concept of personal space, is indifferent to pain. They could be fidgety or unable to sit still. They have no fear and are excessive risk takers, such as they jump or crash into anything they can. Their brains are just wired differently, so it's important for them to be taught ways to process information. Children with sensory issues often have a level of fear or being uncomfortable, so it's important to use activities in a non-threatening environment. It's also extremely important that these activities are child-centered and fun. The activities should be structured and so that the child is continually challenged but always successful. Parents should absolutely be involved in treatment and work with the therapist to learn about their child's challenges and ways to engage them in therapeutic activities at home.
So, is this something you personally do in your practice?
Yes, we work on fine motor, gross motor, and sensory skills with a variety of activities that are purposeful and therapeutic for the child.
Why did you become a pediatric occupational therapist?
I believe that early intervention is critical in the success of therapy with children. I enjoy challenges in finding solutions to improve a child's life and independence within their family.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I hope everyone's more informed about occupational therapy and the benefits it has for family and children. Thank you again for joining us, Jessica.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in to today's show of Anchoring Your Health.